Report: Google still tracks you even with location history off. Many Android and iPhone users use Google services on their mobile devices. Some of these services use GPS technology to track places where people go. One of the most widely used location services is Google Maps. When someone uses Google Maps, information about times and locations are recorded and stored. Google also uses tracking tools with other services. Weather apps, for example, are designed to track the user's location to provide local weather information. Even some Google Internet searches can result in the collection of information about exactly where a person was when the search was made. Google says it collects the data to improve localized experiences for its users, but such practices have also raised privacy concerns. Privacy activists have called on Google and other major technology companies to make it easier for users to turn off location services if they do not want to be tracked. An investigation by a reporter suggests this process is not as easy as it might seem. The investigation found that Google continues to track and collect local information even on users who have changed it in their privacy settings. The reporter says the results of its investigation were confirmed by computer science researchers at Princeton University. In some ways, Google is clear about asking permission to track and use local information. For example, Google Maps will seek approval from a user to give the app access to locations so it can provide directions. If a user agrees to let Google collect local information over time, Google Maps will show this history in a timeline that shows the person's daily movements. Google also has a location history setting, which it explains on its support page. The company says any user can turn off location history at any time. The company says when location history is turned off for a user's account, it is turned off for all devices linked to that Google account. But the investigation found this does not appear to be true. It found that Google continued to save location history even if a user had turned off location history. Turning off location history only stopped Google from creating a timeline of locations the user had visited. One of the tests during the investigation involved Princeton privacy researcher Gunesh Ajar. The news agency was able to track his movements and identify visited locations, including his home, over several days in the New York City area. Ajar was carrying an Android phone with location history turned off. Other Princeton researchers confirmed the reporter's test findings on multiple mobile devices. Jonathan Mayer is a Princeton computer scientist and former technologist with the Federal Communications Commission. He disagrees with Google's methods for storing location data, which he says can be unclear for users. In answer to a request for comment from the AP, Google says it uses several location tracking tools. Google says users can stop the saving of all location markers by turning off another setting. That setting, however, is not clearly identified as being connected to location tracking. The setting is called Web and App Activity. It is activated on new devices. The tool stores different kinds of information from Google Apps and websites to a user's Google account. The easiest way to block further location tracking on any device is to go to the website myactivity.google.com, which permits users to change Google account settings. On the upper left drop-down list, go to Activity Controls. Turn off both Web and App Activity and Location History. This should prevent exact location markers from being stored to your Google account.